Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching, and maybe listening. Welcome, one and all, to this newest review and edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. As I've said already, I'm your host, the Report of the Week. You're never going to guess what this is. You are never going to guess what this establishment that sells chicken, primarily, has released. A chicken sandwich. Here's the thing. I was thinking, of course we're going to try out this new item. KFC does have a new release out there. They released this earlier in the year, but the rollout of it was very strange. It was as though they were kind of releasing this sandwich in certain parts of the country at certain times. It seems to finally be available nationally. So they have released a classic chicken sandwich that, of course, we'll see if it's any good and we'll go from there. There was one thing that I was thinking about saying, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to do it or not, because I know some people might not like it, but you know what, I have to at this point. As I was getting ready, I said, this just needs to be said. And this is just merely my conjecture, so you have every right to disagree, but sometimes I feel like the trend of chicken sandwiches is one of those things that's just been really overdone at this point. Not that this is a criticism toward KFC. This might be a delicious chicken sandwich, and if it is, I'll tell it like it is. It just seems as though it's like a trend that just refuses to change or die. And yeah, we all like our chicken sandwiches. I like them. I think they're pretty tasty. But it just seems as though you have establishment after establishment, almost 2 years after the initial hype, still continuing to try to release chicken sandwiches, expecting people, clawing at each other to try to get their hands on this. And I just think it's like one of those trends that has just been overdone at this point. Chicken sandwiches are still good, but you have all these places that keep acting like this is the best thing to ever hit the earth. And I just hope in the world of fast food there will be a new trend that everyone can hop on, and that'll be that. Chicken sandwiches, they have their time and their place, but I just think I don't know, to me it's just a trend that has, kind of overstayed its welcome, so to speak. Now, aside from that, these are just my thoughts on it and just an observation. Let's ignore everything that I just said and get into the review. It's just my take on the whole chicken sandwich fiasco, so to speak. I'm just amazed that it's still going for so long. A couple years ago you had the whole trend with sriracha and everything, and that lasted for a couple months, but this just keeps going and going and going. It's amazing. Anyway, KFC is releasing their classic chicken sandwich. Now, they already had a chicken sandwich, but they claim that I guess this one is supposed to be better than the previous rendition thereof. Because I think they originally had, it was called the crispy kernel sandwich. Well, this is called the classic chicken sandwich, so we're going classic this time around. It comes with a 1/4 pound extra crispy chicken filet. So you're going to have this nice, chunk of chicken there, a whole 1/4 pound of it, extra crispy too. Some thick cut pickles, some mayo, a brioche bun. Price for this is around the $3 to $5 range. Mine was at the upper end of the spectrum at $4.99. Some have said it was $3, some have said it's $4. Again, I got mine for $5. They also have it available as a combo, upon which the price is $7, including fries and a drink. So that's what it is. And there's the bag that it came in. And there's the Colonel's wrinkly face. Nah, it's, the Colonel. Of course, all the renditions that they have of him these days. Wonder what he'd think of all the chicken sandwiches if he was around. Who knows, right? This is the bag. This is one interesting thing that all these chicken sandwich places have been doing lately. Of course, Chick-fil-A has been doing this for years, but McDonald's, they're doing this too with the chicken sandwiches, and you've got, I think Popeyes too. They have their chicken sandwich pouch, and again, this has the Colonel there. What I think I'm going to do after I eat this, I'm going to get some scissors, and I'm going to cut his, kind of cut this out, and I think I'm going to tape it to the wall, maybe right in front of my bed or something, and I could just look at it right as I drift off to sleep, and then as I wake up, too. And then he could haunt me in my dreams, so that's something. Order ahead for delivery or pickup. Classic chicken sandwich from KFC, also available, should one wish, in the spicy variant. But I'm feeling classic today, you know? I'm just feeling like, you know, going old school, right? So here it is. A little bit of, a little on the soggy side. Nice and warm, but wet too. Glad I've got these napkins. Let me actually just, let me just dab it on the bun here, because it's certainly a moisture-ridden bun. You can see just a little bit of a soggy sandwich, but you know, let's forget about that. All right, here's what it looks like. There it is. Look at that. Have you ever seen a thing like this? I really shouldn't. You know, just sometimes I get sick of... It's like chicken sandwiches, you know? Chicken sandwiches. Chicken sandwiches forever. The mayo, as is advertised, is found at the bottom and at the top. So extra mayo for all of the mayo lovers and aficionados out there. And there's that pickle we were talking about. 2 of them. You know, that's where they live. They live under there. So, you ever hear the phrase, like, you live under a rock? Well, you know, they live under a bun. So that phrase is partially true, but it's a bun and not a rock. And there's the top. Again, just more mayo there. And that's it. You know, it's a pretty basic, straightforward sandwich. Again, a big, juicy, well, hopefully juicy chicken filet. Very crispy, again, as you can see. Pickles and mayo. A basic, classic chicken sandwich, hence the name. Let's focus in here without knocking the camera over, and let's just get that thumbnail, you know. You know the way it goes. So we'll do this because, see, one problem I've had lately is I'll hold it this because I'm right-handed, but do you see the shadow there? That's an issue. So we'll do this instead. To avoid the shadow, we'll get a close-up shot right here like this. We'll get a big smile for the camera in 3, 2, 1. Like that. And then we'll get one a little further out, you know, something like this, too, with another smile. There we go. I'll probably choose one of those 2 as the thumbnail, and that's that. You know what's in it, I know what's in it, we all know what's in it. Trying it out, the KFC Classic Chicken Sandwich going in. Look at that. It's oozing out. No, I have to do my duty. Let's just bite into that right there. We'll take 2 more bites. All right, so into a little bit of an assessment, and we won't be too long today. Here's what I've got. Overall, I'm fine with the sandwich. I don't really have too many core issues with it. I think if you just want a basic chicken sandwich, hence the name, a classic chicken sandwich, I don't really think you'll have too many problems with this. You bite in, yes, you are getting, in my opinion, a quality filet of chicken. Certainly is juicy, it's tender, it's flavorful, a good amount of it. I believe it when they say a quarter pound. You're certainly getting a nice big chicken patty. A good crisp to it also. You know, again, the meat is tender, but again, there is this, that crispy fried exterior to it. So definitely get that nice juxtaposition there, texturally speaking. So chicken-wise, of course, the main selling point of the sandwich, obviously, I have no problem with it. I think it's pretty good, and nothing to complain about there. So that's a big thumbs up. That's the most important part of the sandwich. The bun, I haven't any complaints about. It's completely innocuous. And the thicker cut pickles, though they're not everywhere, granted, when you do bite into it, it really does unleash a lot of flavor. I always, one of my favorite things about these chicken sandwiches these days is when you bite in and you get that little, that little or big pickle, and it unleashes that little bit of a tang to it. I really do like that. That's such a nice touch that it really adds to the experience time and again. I think the pickles are a nice touch, and you'll definitely notice that too when if or when you get this sandwich. It's definitely, I'd say, almost one of my favorite parts at this point. One thing that I don't like, and I don't want to be too nitpicky, but it's just something that I personally find disappointing, but it is what it is. I saw the picture, and in practice, it's the same. There doesn't need to be this much mayo on the sandwich. I will just tell you that right now. There does not need to be that much mayo. Look at all of that. It's overflowing with mayo. It doesn't need that. It's already a moisture, laden sandwich, so to speak. The chicken is moist. It's juicy. You don't need all of this mayonnaise on it. Maybe just put a little bit, like some places do. I don't think you even need these big globs of it on the top bun. But just a little bit, a little smattering of mayonnaise on the top bun is all that you need here. It is not inherently a dry sandwich at all. You don't need a giant glob of mayo on the top bun, followed by an even bigger portion thereof on the bottom bun. And the thing that really took away from my experience eating this sandwich is I bite in and you get this mouthful of this tasteless moisture, pretty much. It's just there. I don't like that. That really takes away from the experience, in my opinion. I know a lot of people, they like their mayo, but I think even for folks that really do like it, this may just be a case of too much of a good thing, so to speak. So definitely, I think one thing that they really need to improve on this sandwich, just cut the mayo a bit. You don't need any on the bottom bun, just on the top bun if you want any at all. If I am to get this sandwich again, and I might because I enjoyed the chicken aspect of it, I think I would just get it with no mayo at all, or light on the mayo, because it's just overkill here, and I think that takes away from it. If you like mayo, I mean, you're going to be in heaven here, but for me, and just trying to even be impartial, just not a fan of that. All in all, though, it's still alright. That's just my one complaint, so therefore, out of 10, I'm going to give this a 6.4 out of 10. Certainly a little above average, but maybe not at that above and beyond level, so that's why it has the rating that it has. So trying out the classic chicken sandwich from KFC, that's all that I have for you. Thanks for watching today's review, and who knows what we'll try out next time. Until then, take care. I'm your host, the Report of the Week.